the following of our Django tutorials on blog, we're going to continue our project, and something that I should fix about the forms.py is that here instead of import I should run from, and as you can see everything has been fixed. Right now let's save forms.py, and now let's also in our urls.py we need to add, so let me find the views.py, and it's in my site folder urls.py, and now let's add path, and we're gonna call this add post. Then we have the views function for our new post. Let me find that one here. So add new post, and then the name will be equal to, we can name this add post. So there we go, it's now complete, and next step is to now, as I said before, we need to complete the templates. So instead of our templates folder, we had created new post forum.html, and now we're going to complete it. But before I want to do that, first of all, in our base.html, we had commented the address related to adding the post, right? So here I'm gonna add the URL related to that. So add post here is the name of the URL, and by the way, something else needs to be changed. So it's the template format URL, and then we have this, which is add underline post. Let me save this, and let's make sure that it was that name. So we had urls.py inside of the my site. So yes, add underline post, and here we are. Now let's get started with the HTML file. So first off, inside of our HTML file, we need to get started with the common writing extends base.html, and then the next thing we need to do is to add a div tag, and by the way, we had the blog content too, so now let's add first the blog content, because whatever we're writing is inside of the blog content as we wrote inside of the base.html. So now we want to open a tag for the div tag, and then class equals to container, and then we will have margin top 5, and then border deflex, and justify content center. There we go. So then the next thing we need to do is to add the h2 tag for writing hello, and then we'll have the user. So you have the user here, and then we will have the form tag form, and then we have the class equals to, actually it's a we don't have a class here, we want to get the URL here, so we enter the URL related to our new post. So add post here is the name, add post, and then what the next thing we have is enc type which is equal to, so multipart, so this is a multipart form, and we don't have a, okay, and then a slash form data, so we have it right here, and then we have the method equals to post, so post with capital letters, and then we can close the tag, the form tag. So inside of the form tag, we need to consider the CSRF token for cross-site forgery, site forgery, and so CSRF underline token, and here we are. So the next line, we need to write another div class container. So this one is for the form, div class container, and then we're going to use, for that, so we're going to use MT4 margin, and so we can close the div tag here, and then we will use form dot as underline p, just the same as all of our forms. And next up, what we have is the button tag. So here you shouldn't yet close the div tag. So we are inside of the div tag. So button, and so for this button we have type equals to submit. So this is the button for submitting the form, and we can create a class to give it a style, and btn for button, and btn success for the type of the button. And the next thing here is, so here you can write publish to publish the blog, and so here we go. So we need to have a div tag, finishing this, the form tag, and the div tag again. So here we go, this part is also completed, and now we should also end the blog content. So end blog content, or end blog, actually, end blog. So here we go, and now we're ready to run the server one more time. So let me first cd dot activate our virtual environment. So source space dot slash activate, and now we can cd again to my site and run python tree manage .py run server, and here we go. So now let's refresh the page, and now we can switch to add new post. As you can see, we have switched to add new post, and here we go. So it's probably a good idea to set a BR tag after hello user. So here I'm gonna add a BR tag after the hello user. Here we are, to go to the next line and create some space between these two. So 2 BR tags may be suitable for here. So okay, no change, but doesn't really matter. We will fix that. But now we can here enter the title. I can say my new blog. Here I can say this is my new blog. And here I can add an image. So now I can add an image. So again, I can add a new image, select this and publish. So once we press publish, something should happen. So now I've found the problem, and the problem is that we need to add a BR tag over here. And also we have another problem, which is inside of the views.py, and instead of post we had written request.form, so it should be request.post. So be careful about this part. And now we'll save the changes. And so I've tested a couple of times. So if I change to my, if I go to my blog, you will see that these posts are created, arbitrary letters, and now I cannot delete them. So I haven't removed them. So right now I can write this is, I can write new blog, and this is my new blog, and then I can set the image again from desktop, and here we go. So now if I publish this, should be able to see the result we're looking for. So let me see, everything has been saved. We have the BR tag and views has been completed. So now we should be able to see that it's been added at the end. So the new blog, this is my new blog, and this is a photo. So that's it for this part of the tutorial, and in the next one we're going to work on the adding comments to the posts.